Is God a woman or a man? Although it is a 3D misconception of sorts, this is no good question, my people. I want to tell you why. Creation is divine intercourse that ever produces to perpetual motion. I want to tell you this. Always there was a balance struck between masculine and feminine, positive and negative, are from one pole up against the other. By saying the word we, it denotes the plural factor. And by saying the word creation, we do the same. The word idea comes from the concept of ideal, and no ideal will ever be realized, recognized, or created without the critical. What is the critical? The critical are those opposing factors that make the subject desire change for better. Bitter was not defined without making the intercourse with what is sweet. Between those that make intercourse, the ideal makes manifest. This is creation. One confusion to many is that we say women are more spiritual. The person who was born as Capricorn, for example, becomes a more spiritual person, but he is of the earth. He is the earth person. Why is it so then that he becomes more spiritual? Spirit lives in body, and body lives in spirit. A female will attach herself to a male and vice versa. This is the only difference. The earth has a round form and a square form. Although spirit is the round cosmos upon this earth, it resides in the square of the four tabernacles of the paradigm. Although the body is the material square, we, the physical beings, reside upon the round terrestrial airplane of Earth. Women are more connected to what ratifies them, and men more connected to what ratifies them. We appreciate that which is different. The masculine universal trait is cosmo. The masculine universal trait is cosmo, Father Heaven, and its feminine trait is Gaia, Mother Earth. The Father hovers over the Mother and creation takes place. The critical makes intercourse, positive, negative, male and female. As above, so below. This means that the same thing occurs across all spheres and dimensions of that thought. Women are more spiritual because they seek that which completes them. They seek that which is spiritual because Father is heaven and Mother is earth. Men are more physical because they seek that which ratifies them. Father is cosmos, Mother is earth. Skywalker here again after a long delay. I give thanks to be here. The fact that I must stay in the dark in order to ratify the light should have answered the above question. At first, these prejudicial diatribes and the answers to them seem like nothing but a waste of time. Now I see that they come from a diseased mindset, which is no good. I know that many of us, even more enlightened ones, are still trapped in that linear reckoning of 3D. In this, we use 3D reasoning to answer 5D questions. We are trapped by 3D conceptions, which is preventing us from crossing over. My beloved, we and those that came here with us are here as pioneers to higher elevations. We need to let go that which serves no good purpose. Where we are going is more glorious than this prejudicial, mundane plane of conception, and we need not get drawn away by all sorts of stupid emotions. Give up that ego. Give up that emotional divisiveness. Give up the need to be better or to expect unity only in the case that you are superior. All of these are in all of these are the symptoms of the disease. You don't have to be the more equal one, and you do not have to be king or empress to be served by others. These traits are what we are leaving behind, not what we are trying to create on our own. It makes no sense to say that lemons created sugar to serve it by making lemonade, and then in that same breath inviting sugar to unite as equals. This is horrible dark magic which already prevails in 3D earth and which we are departing away from. We must leave it behind. No creator and no God force created anyone for servitude, unless you count the many cases throughout eons where, by miscegenation, created beings altered other physical forms for divisive and selfish reasons, as they say the God of the Bible created man to serve him. You don't have to create anything or anyone to serve you. Creation is love. Love is goodness, truth, and beauty. And the law of love, when properly obeyed in the universe, has always solved our problems. Equality alone is the sum total of peace and unity, or it is the definition of peace and unity. We hold on to linear reasoning without seeing the obvious circle of life in perpetual motion, that all things of first light have neither beginning nor ending. If one came first, then the other could not exist. The intrinsic thing was not created. Male and female was and is inherent to the all and to beginnings. To all beginnings. There was no other possibility. That which was feminine could not create that masculine condition by which to create the ideal. That trait is masculine. Neither would that masculine create that which nurtured a seed of its own. This trait is feminine. We overstand that creation in itself is neither male nor female, but it is male and female. We know that lemonade is neither sugar nor lemon, but it is both sugar and lemon. Yet we cannot say that one came before the other, as the egg and the chicken was both first light. They were both first light. One could never come without the other. In our ancient way of expressing this truth, our ancestors referred to the creating being as androgynous, for male was hidden in female and female hidden in male at first light. This even becomes defined during the conception period. When a mother is conceived, if you can track the development of the child from conception to birth, all these factors will play out before your eyes. There could never be one without the other. It amazes me that even after our earth sciences prove this beyond doubt, individuals still sing the same polarizing songs of hullabaloo. The fact that a fetus appears After the neutral condition, it first appears feminine and then masculine. In fact, it's not feminine. It appears female before it appears to be male. Is only answered in the fact that masculine is cosmic and feminine is Gaia. Some spirit is coming down to earth. It has to materialize through earth. This is like very easy, very, very simple, very clear, and very obvious. I don't have to be telling you this. I am pointing you to it and you can see for yourself. According to some stories from ancient tribes of Africa, the first living created beings were androgynous characters, like the energies that created them. Created beings decided to make them separate genders, man tampering with creation as usual. The result of this spell of miscegenation by the highest advanced sciences is the prototype that now prevails. And this mass engineering of created beings has been going on for hundreds of thousands of, and maybe millions of years. We are a new prototype, and soon there will be another prototype, whether we want to hear that or want to believe it or not. At this very moment, we are being engineered. And I'm going to repeat that at least 2 more times, so we have 3. We, at this very moment, are being engineered. We, I mean this human frame that you're looking at, the original prototype will soon not be the original prototype anymore. We are being engineered. All right, clear that. We have built various working cultures around this particular prototype and have come to make peace with our reality. However, it has created room for the detractors to turn into a tool of division. Your ancestors expect you to play the role of who or what you are. You also must remember that you are your ancestors. Do not destroy your own integrity because of emotional sentiments. The way to conceive light is to know darkness, and darkness conceived by light. There was bitter in the beginning, but only because sweet would justify it. Anywhere one came before the other, there is only the figment of one's imagination. Or maybe one tells a story, but only for one-upmanship, or one-up womanship, or prejudice. These conceptions are simply divisive. We know they are divisive, and we know when you speak them, you are being divisive. Because you want to believe something that you know is obviously not so, but because it makes you feel better. And this is where the danger lies. This is what I'm trying to point to you. These 3D conceptions were put to our mindsets to polarize. It has been given to us. This is not something that's just now in what we call a modern age. It's been going on for hundreds of thousands of years. So that the created beings would never have unity, or they would never go back to the golden ages, because they are trying to control them. So there were ages when they were free and ages when they were controlled. And now we are moving to a dispensation where within the next 2 million years we would expect to be free. At least within the next 1,000,000 years. 2 million and odd years. But within this particular 2,000 years that is now starting, we are going to begin to elevate a lot. So, as I say, these conceptions were really to polarize us. So we would not be united, because the powers that are here hidden in the shadows are not as great as we are, because we shake them simply with our very words, our very determining will to be overrules and overrides whatever they will they will try to bring upon their plane. We are the authentic form that is here, not necessarily in shape but in mind. Understand that unity does not come because one has the upper hand, and now you can unite by your integrity being insulted, your value diminished, and you are ready to accept being mediocre. Oh, come, come, I am your superior, but you know we should unite. That is not good. We can all be equal, but equal does not mean same. In fact, we are already equal. None of us came before no damned other. None of us was ever greater than the other. We are the same spirit beings. We are all just the same spirit beings. Okay? People talk about ancient cults, doctrines, and world events. Many things we discover of the past, energies we claim as divine, were already corrupted as stories of the Bible were corrupted. These stories were corrupted for the same polarizing reasons. If these were not corrupted, and if we did not believe these follies, we would still be living in golden ages today. Chauvinistic men and divisive women have been spewing these garbage for thousands of years. I want to repeat that. At every least opportunity. Do you hear me? You want to go back to the past and see horrible things that women have done in their time and what men have done in their time. You are coming out of a period when men were led to do the most, but you do not know that there were times before when it was the women that were doing it. It is like a cycle. Because there were times when men allowed humility to overrule might. And because of that, they were subject to rulership. So you could call it matriarchal societies. And women did the same things. And it is even the same words you utter because you have read the olden belief systems is also proving this to you, because within yourself you know how foolish it is. Enlightened beings need not stay in that energy. Your cup is full. You do not need to depend on any past report for definition. God is already in you. Creation is already in you. Truth is already inside you. Akasha is in you. Drink from your own cup. I challenge you that when you listen to Akasha, you will all begin to know the same things, and there will be no more insults one to another. The only untainted report is that which is inside you. Because you distrust yourself, you embrace outside information. Look within. I challenge you. Many women say God is female because the woman can create another person by herself. That is garbage. We see this as a mass emotional response to something that now it too becomes the injustice. We watch a living entity swimming deliberately to the earthly uterus of mother to be nurtured. This is senseless. The seed was the seed before it was nurtured in the uterus. There was never one without the other. But this polarizing disease will not allow the created ones to still themselves and listen to that obvious truth within. A man says that men are objective and that this sense of practicality had to be the generic consciousness. It shows shade on the fact that women are drawn by emotions. My friend, Truth and idealism depend on emotion. Otherwise, it would never have been defined. There is and was always one in the other. Nothing of source or of generic consciousness was created. All of it was merely intrinsic. Why do we stay in this mindset? Why do we? The truth is everywhere and it is obvious. Split a piece of wood and you see it. Even look up at the blue sky or just listen to your heart. Why do we search for books and old lessons in places where our ancestors failed? And we desperately need these books to to ratify us, to make us feel better, or to make us feel superior. We need validation, and the validation we need is to be superior. We refuse the cup that was offered to us when we arrived in this earth. We can always drink from it. Akasha is free for all. We are at the point of the lifting up, and slowly the truth will come. When we remove these 3D blockages, we will make well. Creation and its perpetual motion is neither male nor female. It is androgynous, having both hidden within. There is no one person on earth who has not both male and female hidden within. In generic consciousness, that which is opposite to the thing defines it as the difference. Positive and negative, male and female, must be at the beginning of any difference, or that difference would never have existed in the first place. Where differences do not exist, where differences do not exist, creation will not take place. For all creation is intercourse. Intercourse begins at the point of reckoning, at the point of reasoning. The moment you begin to argue or to reason, you are having intercourse. After intercourse comes conception. The woman did not conceive by herself. If she said she did, she is claiming what is masculine as her own, and this is not true. She could say that she was androgynous, neither male nor female, but having both traits in her. That would simply mean that she was half male and half female. In a sense, it would declare that they were both natal qualities of mother and father combined. With this new way of reckoning, or with this clarity, let us put aside the petty prejudices, for there is a subtle thing in front of us that is posing danger. It has been there for eons, even thousands of years now, and it will begin to move, and we will begin to come together at all walks of life. My friends, think on these things. Peace out.